Hello, viewers. It's Sentai from Three Views, bringing you a new podcast for myself called the Super Sentai Review. And like always, I always speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to breach your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will pertain to adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will pertain to adult language. Now, if you're over 18, that means you get to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this everything else out of the way, let's get to the latest episode of Zenkaiger. So basically, the episode starts off like this: back at the Trojan Kento Dynasty's, palace headquarters. Commander Bashin was giving King Boka and his robot bird Gene a update report on Professor Igen's project he was working on for Stacy. So basically, that's to say that Professor Igen is almost done, but I had once again come out had make another monster to keep to keep those to keep the Zenkaigers on their toes until Professor Igen's project is finished. So anyway, basically King Broker was happy with the progress report and about Colonel Bastion's plans to do something about the Zenkaigers. But unknown to them, Stacy was hiding. He wasn't hiding. He was listening to the whole conversation. Unnoticed, and they didn't notice that Stacy Caesar was listening to the conversation and whatnot. And Stacy Caesar doesn't really seem like he is in a good mood with his. It was not in a very good mood. So anyway, meanwhile, we see Megan and Zuan, looked like they just came to the market, looked like they was about to head back to Kai's grandma's shop or somewhere. They was walking to this park walkway area, and a bunch of kids was like, say Zenkaiger. So basically, what's the name? We want to know what do you call that go ranger ranger pirate who's a part of your team. So basically, like you say, his name's Tim Kaiser. So basically, kids were asking Maggie and Zuna to maybe you can get two Kaisers, get two Kaisers autographs for us. So basically, Zuna made it clear that that yes, he is a ranger, but he's not officially part of our team. So basically, Zuna tried to instead, give his autograph to the kids, but they didn't want it, and he was trying to sign that little picture or that autograph book or some shit like that. But the kids just kept on running away from them because every time he tried to sign that autograph picture or the autograph book, the kids just kept on running away from him. So basically after a few tries, Zero was like, forget it. So basically, like, and that's what Zuan got frustrated that two Kaiser. We don't even know anything about this guy, and plus seems like nobody seems to give. Seems like I'm the only one who gives a damn about we need to really need to sit down with two Kaiser and and ask him questions. How does he get? How he has the technology to make Sentai gears, and so basically nobody seems to be asking Kikai any questions at all, any real questions at all. So basically, Zero still doesn't trust Kikai because and he's frustrated with the others, not really like hey, we need to really have a conversation with Kikai to and get his full we just got parts of his story so far. So basically, we need to sit down and ask him how he had the Sentai gear technology, and really get his full story on how he acquired that technology. So once and for all. So basically, Maggie was like, maybe you're right, but so far, two guys has been alright so far. He did rock Kyler's grandma's store or whatnot. So anyway, basically Maggie was picking up some potatoes that fell out of her shopping bag, and all of a sudden everybody and everything started to move in slow motion due to the latest monster that made with a chosen gear. Turns out this monster thing is Go, basically a snail. So basically his name is Go. So basically he has the power to make a make a bubble area of slow motion. So basically, Maggie and Juan and a bunch of others were trapped in the slow motion bubble, moving in slow motion. So basically, seems like Escargot was not affected by his own power. So basically, he was literally beating the crap out of Maggie and Juan, and that's where two characters showed up, came flying in, and start and start to attack him. But once two characters entered the bubble, his attacks were in slow motion, and therefore he got caught in the slow motion bubble, and therefore Esco beat the crap out of him and forced him to demorph in slow motion. So basically, Esco beat the crap when two characters showed up. He got trapped in Escargot's slow motion bubble, and Escargot beat the crap out of Kikai and basically, and forced him to demorph, but it was in slow motion. So anyway, so basically, the others, so basically, Flint and her brothers, Ricky and Cutterton was watching from the Kyo for the Kakayo battleship, watching the whole scene going down, and that's when Kaido and the other Zenkaiger showed up, and Flint told him to stop right there, because if they would have gone any further, they would have got caught into escargot, slow motion bubble field. So anyway, so Vicky Escargot was like, I see you, since you guys can't help your friends right now, I'm gonna go somewhere else. So Vicky Escargot was like, see you guys later. So anyway, so basically, Kaido and so basically Flint and Kaido and the others went back to the shop, trying to figure a way to free Zox, aka Kikai, Zuan and Magine. So basically, Flint was afraid that the Escargot monster can make a slow motion bubble in a certain area, so basically, what's explaining how Escargot's slow motion bubble powers work and whatnot. So basically, he has a certain range that he can make these slow motion bubbles at. So basically, we need to come up with a plan to Oh, me the current plan to free Zox Magazine and Zox Magazine and Zuran from that time bubble while us getting affected by the time bubble. So basically, kind of the artists were paying good attention to trying to figure out to briefing about Escargos, how his time powers work and whatnot. So, but also seems like Kaido is taking a interest to Flint. So basically, I feel like Kaido it's start to take a very personal interest in Flint. So anyway, so basically, Carter's grandma made them some strawberry pancakes, and also made some, put some pancakes on the side for Magine, Zox, and Zuran once they freed them from that slow motion time bubble. So anyway, Escargot was making time bubbles all over the city, and Kurt Bastion's well, how's your profits going so far? I got three rangers tracking one of my time bubbles, I beat the crap out of them, and Kurt Bastion was like, oh, you beat the crap out of them, and then you destroyed them. Escargot said, no, I didn't destroy them, I just beat the crap out of them. So basically, Kurt Bastion was like, go back to that, go back and make sure that you destroy those free rangers that you got in your time bubble. Go do that now. So basically, Escargot went back to where he trapped Zox, Zuran, and Magine in. So anyway, meanwhile, back at the time bubble that Zuran, Magine, and Zox, aka Kikai, are trapped in, so basically, Zuran was having a conversation that, with the others that, who about the Tyler and the others will figure to free us from it. So basically, two characters that I know that you and the others depend on each other. But as for me, being the older brother and leader of my family, sometimes I have to depend on myself to be a good leader for my family, especially for my sister and brother. So basically, so basically, Zuran got an understanding that Kaiser is not, it's not a bad guy. He holds himself responsible for his sister and brother's safety and whatnot. So anyway, meanwhile, Stacy back at the Trojan Tinto Dynasty Palace. Professor Eisen was overseeing his final tricks on his project, being making a giant robot Megazord for Stacy Caesar. So basically, Stacy showed up, asked for a profit support. So basically, Professor Eisen said, "Don't worry, it's almost done." So basically, it's almost done. Just need a few more a few more things. It will be done. It will be done very soon. So anyway, Stacy Caesar said that, with this robot, with my own robot Megazord, I can outstage my father. I can outstage my father. So anyway, SML showed up once again, is about to attack Zuran, Magine, and Zox. But Zox Morpher was able to, stop him from attacking them, because every time he hits somebody with his Morpher, he mocks them, and therefore he could shoot he can shoot that marked target. So basically, like before he got in in that slow motion bubble, like he was able to mark SFL and start to shoot him. So basically, Kaido and the others showed up. And that's when Kaido used a Sentai gear based off the Turbo Rangers. So basically, not the Turbo Rangers, not Power Rangers, the other Turbo Rangers, but a different Sentai team, a different car theme Sentai team. So basically, this Sentai gear allows people to move fast. So basically, they was able to reverse the effects of as those slow motion powers to free everybody from his slow motion bubble. So basically, everybody was moving back, was back, was moving back at their paces. So basically, once Zuma and Zox and Magine was free, they all morphed up together, but they did not get so basically they all morphed up together, did they roll calls together, but they did not pose together. So basically they took out the flip soldiers, and neutralizing Etsuko's powers with the Turbo Ranger gear to neutralize SSGO's, slow motion powers, and working together. So basically, working together as a team. Well, except for Kikai, who was taking out the foot soldiers, while the others Zenkaiger took out SSGO, took out SSGO, who was the monster, and therefore destroy him, and all the time bubbles that he made he made on the city would disappear once the Zenkaiger destroy him. So basically, in typical fashion, a giant foot soldier monster showed up, absorbed the powers of the Trojan gear that Etsuko used. It used against the powers of the Trojan gear that Etsuko used against the Zenkaigers, and against all the Zenkaigers, and the giant foot Trojan monster became a giant Go monster. But this monster couldn't use, for some reason it couldn't use the slow motion powers that the original Go monster used. So basically, Kaido, combined, so basically Zuma and Gao combined to form the Zoo Gao Megazord, and Kaido was piloting them, and it seems like the giant Go monster was getting the Zoo Gao Megazord a hard time. So anyway, while that fight was going on, Professor Ike finally finished Stacy's giant robot Megazord, and Stacy transformed and took it out to battle the Kill Rangers, to go assist the monster, the giant Go monster, to battle the Zenkaiger. So basically, the name of Stacy's features, of his robot Megazord is called Battle Seizure Robo, or Robo. So basically, that's the name of Stacy Seizure's Robo Megazord. His name is called Battle Seizure Robo. Called Battle Seizure Robo. That's the name of his Megazord. So basically, like his Megazord is based on just like Stacy Seizure's, evil outfit is based off, also Battle J Fever, off the Battle J Fever Battle of Japan. His robot is also based off that Megazord mecha of Battle about J Fever as well. So basically, so basically the Esco Gold Monster and basically she just Megazord starts to double team the Zenkaiger down Megazord, and that's when Ricky and the others are on board the spaceship with with me to help them out. So basically, at first like that, I made some modifications to Ricky and Cuddleton's, Sentai gear, and also to the battleship as well, to transform it into a Megazord. So basically, choose what form choose what Megazord form you want the ship to transform into it. So basically, two characters choose Cuddleton's Sentai gear the battleship into the Cuddleton Kai Megazord. So basically, Cuddleton, his little brother Cuddleton, became the head of the Megazord, and and had the face changed. It kind of looked like CKO's face, and together, with Cuddleton and the Kyo combined together and formed the Cuddleton Kai Megazord, and was able to help out and helped out the Zoom down Megazord. So basically, the Cuddleton Kai Megazord was able to destroy the giant Esco Gold Monster, and it seems like the odds were. So basically, seems like the odds was not good for Stacy Caesar and his new Megazord. So basically, Stacy Caesar decided to retreat for now. I'll do it with you later, Kaido. So basically, Stacy Caesar, all he wanted to do is fight Kaido and his new Megazord, but Kikai ruined that, and so basically Stacy Caesar was Kikai ruined that for him. So basically, he had no choice but to retreat for now. So anyway, after the Megazord fight was won, Zoomhead was telling Fox that you're all right, but still we need to make we need to ask you some serious questions. But kind of yes, we do. But for now, we need to work together. You need to, Kaido was still trying to get Zox, aka Kikai, to join his team, and work together. And Zox, aka Kikai, was well, look here, man, I'm not joining your team, but as for working together, I'll have no problem working together with you guys on occasion. So basically, Zox, aka Kikai, made it clear that I'll have no problem working with you guys on occasion, but as for me joining your team, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Once I found the chosen gear with the mission to help me restore my brothers back into their human forms on Audi. So basically, he made it clear that I'm still looking for that chosen gear with the dimension that I need to restore my brothers into their human form. So basically, but Tuka made it clear that I will work with you guys on occasion, but I will not join you guys. So anyway, made it clear. So basically, Zoff made it clear once again on his about his agenda, and him and his sister and his brothers flew away in the battle spaceship, the clock Kyo, and that's how the episode ended with Dylan said, Kikai is not a bad dude after all. So basically, that's how the episode ended with where Dylan realized that that Kikai doesn't seem to be a bad that Zox, aka Kikai, doesn't seem to be is not a bad guy after all. So anyway. So anyway, this is so basically this how the episode ended. So anyway, this was a good episode. So basically we got to learn a bit more about Two Kaiser and Doc, aka Two Kaiser and whatnot. So basically this was a good episode. So basically I really liked it. Basically Megazord Robo. So basically it was cool. So even though it was based off the Robo from Battle of J Fever, but it was pretty cool. So anyway, what do you guys think about this episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it just okay? Please let me know. Please let me know. Please let me know what the comments below this podcast. So anyway, like always, it's Chichi Michael for the previews. Channel 1.